Learners, I welcome you all to the course Services Marketing. Here, we'll be discussing a chapter titled The Gaps Model of Services Quality. I repeat, the Gaps Model of Services Quality. We'll be focusing on services quality, how we can define, how we can explain service quality, and what is service quality to the customers. And what about the gaps? Gap means, from our personal point of view, say as a consumer, when I am taking a service, when I am in a position to buy a particular service, definitely I have an expectation, I have a desire from the provider. And after purchasing the service and consuming the service, what is my perception about the performance of the company? To me, it is all about the difference between what you want and what you get. I repeat, what we want and what we get. If there is any difference between these two, that means that indicates gaps. In services marketing, gap is all about the difference between what the customers are expecting from the service providers, from the company, and what is the perception of the customers about the performance of the company after consuming their services. If there is any difference between these two, that is called gap. And that is focused by GAPS model. And in our discussion, we will find there are four dimensions of GAPS model. The first one is listening gap, I mean the knowledge gap. It means if we fail to understand what the customers are expecting exactly from the company. Number one. Number two, standard gap. If we fail to design our services as per as the expectation of the customers. Number three, service performance gap. If we fail to perform according to the standard, according to our plan, which we have set already. And the fourth gap is communication gap. It indicates if there is any difference or differences between what we are preaching, what we are communicating with the customers, what we are saying about our performance services to the customers, and what is our performance. So in this chapter, we'll be focusing on GAPS model and the four major dimensions of GAPS model. I hope you'll have a clear understanding from this chapter about services quality and GAPS model. Stay with me. Thank you so much.